We are ready to do social media check-in. Let's do it. Debbie Clark, what is an RFE? When you file the adjustment of status and you're married, should you send the I-693 when you file your I-485 or wait until it is requested? Well, you should send the I-693 when you file the I-485. An RFE means you did not submit all the right documentation and they're asking for more. Sravin Kumar Reddy, I have a VAWA green card interview. What type of questions they will ask and when to file my green card is in Kentucky. And then the address is in a different state, but my interview is in Kentucky. What type of questions are they going to ask? They're going to ask you questions to confirm what you said in your VAWA case was legitimate. So they're going to ask you to go through all of your VAWA facts again. And then they're going to ask you questions about inadmissibility, how you came to the United States. Did you ever do anything wrong that would prevent you from getting a green card? And then your address is in Kentucky, but your W-2 address is in a different state. Oh, you're paying taxes in a different state. Well, where you live in Kentucky or in a different state, then change your address. I don't know why you have paying taxes in one state and living in another, unless you're commuting back and forth to Kentucky. Texas BLC, how long for a VAWA work permit without a green card? I already have a prima facie since February. You will not get a work permit unless you filed an adjustment application. And if you filed an adjustment application about 9 months after, if not, you got to wait on the VAWA approval, which will take 3 to 4 years. Shireen Cuisine, if USCIS sent a request for I-693 to the beneficiary and the request for evidence to my husband, do I return both in the same envelope or mail them separately? All together, put it all together in one thing. Also, Shireen Cuisine has a question. Can I send out tax filings, which was married filing separately, and I did not have a son? You should have a joint tax returns, because if you don't, you can cause you a problem with a marriage case. So I would think about amending your taxes. Maria, hi Brad, I have a VAWA pending since 2017. The RFE responded on December 4th, 2018. Until now, no response. What do you recommend? I recommend you hire a lawyer at this point because it's about 5 or 6 years. Garvis, I was denied asylum in 2018. He's having an individual hearing next year. I'd have 2 kids with a USA citizenship. I believe the case isn't strong and fear to be deported. What's the best option? Get a good lawyer and double and triple check. Alicia White, hi Brad, how are you? I filed my AS-751 since 2021. Got an 18 months extension, then 24 months, now 48. I've been married for almost 5 years. What do you suggest? Well, if you're in a bona fide marriage, file your citizenship. Tanisha Buchanan, can I take Medicaid? I have adjustment status or is considered public charge. Medicaid is generally considered a public charge, but these days, if it's for short-term and not long-term care, that's okay. Nadine Lalbachin, hi Brad, how long does it take to go through with this I-601A waiver? At least 2 years these days. Hello, Uncle Brad, how long can a permanent resident take a trip out of the USA? It has been more than 6 months, but less than a year. I've maintained my U.S. ties. I'm a permanent resident. You need to be less than 6 months each trip. That's the bottom line. If you travel more than 6 months on any given trip, the government has a right to ask you when you come in the airport where you're permanently living. So you run a risk every time you travel more than 6 months of having a problem. San Andrean, will I have any issues? I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I got my green card, marriage failed, divorced, remarried to a different person and petitioned for him. I want to apply for naturalization in August 2023. You're allowed to fall in and out of love again. That's not a problem. Sadiq, asylum granted 2022. Application submitted for I-45 April 2023. How long will it take for NBC to adjudicate? Asylum should take a year. These years, it's taking many years. At some point, you'll probably need a mandamus to finish it up. How long does it take for you to get your green card when your Army spouse files for you the same time as it takes any other U.S. citizen? A little over a year. Anthony White, hi Brad, I filed my VAWA over a year. They approved my VAWA 2 months now. I filed my I-45 a month ago. How long would it take for me to get my green card? About 9 more months. Mahoney Leonardo, I married 2020 to my husband, who's a U.S. citizen. I have my social and permit for work, but no green card. It's been a long time and no response from immigration. I'm still pending. What can I do? You need to start threatening mandamuses, force the government to do their job, which is treat you as an immediate relative, which means that you're immediately eligible for a green card if you're in a bona fide marriage. And if they're not adjudicating your case immediately, it's time to threaten federal litigation. That's what you do if you've been waiting for 3 or 4 years. Latoya Gordon, if you come as a ship worker, can you adjust your status? No, you cannot adjust under C1D1, but if you marry someone who's in the military, a former military, you can get parole in place and adjust. You could also possibly be 245I and adjust. Otherwise, you would do a provisional waiver, go home and come back. Sylvia Nendali, hi Brad, what do you do when the I-130 approved petitioner dies and there was an overstay? You file for a humanitarian waiver under 204L, and you get a close family member to complete the adjudication of that case. Prove that you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse, and your other family member can give you an affidavit of support. So there's ways around it. And lastly, I did all the questions. KK, hi Brad, I am documentarily qualified since February 2023, along with my son, now 20 and 21. The same day I was approved, my husband did his citizenship. Will this be a problem? No, it will not be a problem, except your children are now off the case because your husband became a citizen, unless your husband filed separately for them. So it's not a problem for you, but it sounds like it's a problem for your children, sadly. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.